Regardless, here we go. We are getting into this 3v3 Archon mode and spawning in the top right-hand corner of Equilibrium. We have our Terran team with MilkiCow, with Nicoract, and with an unknown Terran player. So I'm not too sure who. Hopefully I'll find out later on, as I did reach out. It is, yeah, Red Terran. Led by MilkiCow. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have our Protoss trio. We have, let's go, we have MindelVK, NightPhoenix, and Art. Let's go. Again, I do think that that this event was organized by some of the CIS region, and so we have players mainly from those countries. Ooh, as we are opting to go for a bit of a fake proxy. Okay. I had to kind of reset my mind a little bit because I had to like open it and be very accepting of what was happening in the AI versus AI, but now we have some pro gamers and things should be making a little bit more sense. This is going to be a double gas opener. This is going to be a proxy here in the center of the map. The probe scout does come in and we will confirm that the Rax is missing. Now we can see the Rax is still on our side of the map, so it's not going to be a very committed proxy. The Reaper will get across the map a little bit faster. I do like Proxy Reaper though. I do like Proxy Reaper in Archon just because you can have one player dedicated to Reaper micro. It makes sense. Like if you have, honestly, if you have 3 players right now, 1 player is making SCVs and 2 players doing nothing. I wouldn't be surprised if 1 player has control of this SCV and the other is going to be having control of this Reaper, and then we have another just making workers. So here we go. Meanwhile, the probe is scouring the map. We're looking for the proxy. It is going to just be a singular Reaper. We're transitioning back at home into the factory. And of course, the Protoss team is currently unaware. Behind this, it's going to be a gate expand or a gate cyber expand standard opener here from our Protoss. And remember, even though we're going to have 1 player dedicated to this Reaper micro, we're also going to have 1 player dedicated to the Zealot, and I imagine 1 player dedicated to the Stalker. And we'll have another, of course, making probes. Or maybe we have 1 focusing on scouting. Yeah, we probably have 1 focusing on scouting. Alright, here we go. Reaper does arrive. Zealot is on the chase. Stalker going to try and chase us down as well. Gets a couple of hits in. And we'll shut this down. Oh my god. Really good positioning with the Zealots. We're 1 shot away and the Reaper will escape. Now the Reaper didn't get any damage done, but did confirm the expansion. Did confirm some of the building placement as well. Oh, and we will delay the 3rd. Oh my god. Mindel rushing into that gold base, or at least trying to, but the probe does get found out. Meanwhile, across the map, really nice scout here from the Protoss team. As we have a delayed CC, it was double gas, not just double gas into a factory, that is a starport before command center. It's a very aggressive build here from the Terran team. We're going into a Hellion drop. Okay. Again, it makes sense. We're going to have 1 player with the Reaper, we're going to have 1 player with the Hellions, and the other, of course, macroing. So we're going to be looking at dropping to the main. We'll see if the Protoss team can defend. Mindel versus Milk. Let's go. As the Reaper, ooh, does get... Who was controlling the Reaper? Who was it? Nicoract, was it you? Was it? Aye. Reaper does go down. Hellion drop across map. Only 2 Hellions behind this. We're getting into Cyclone production. Natural base is soon to be taken. Is scouted here by the Protoss. We get eyes on the expansion, of course. And we are getting into our 2-1-1 setup. Probe does slip in. Who was not controlling the depots? And we do get eyes on the 2nd Rax as well. So really good scouts. Meanwhile, the Hellion drop slips into the main. And we are not in position. Boys are being pulled. 1 probe goes down. Ooh, 3 even. Very nicely done. 3 workers and the Hellions, they get the hell out of there. They do get out of the main base. Cyclones hit the field. I love it. The Zealot micro. Oh my god, he stays out of range. He doesn't get spotted. No, that was crazy. That was crazy. I want to believe that was... Who could that have been? I want to believe that was NightPhoenix. Oh my god. Zealot stays out of range, of course. Does maintain control of the Zonaga. At the same time, Hellions, they do get in. The 2 probes go down. Good damage so far. 6 probes in total. Get the Stalkers are a little bit distracted. Likewise, we do leave some Stalkers here in the main. Drop does get forced back. We do see our Protoss taking our third. I do think this is very fitting that we cast this right after the AI match, because the AI match, like, all the units are being controlled individually, and it's very similar here with Archon, where we have, like, you know, we have, like, 3 pairs of hands. 6 hands, Papi. Let's go. Behind this, we have, of course, Terran team building up here on 3 bases. Sorry, 2 bases, getting into our 3-1-1 setup. Pretty standard setup here. Now, the downside is that with the death of the Hellions and with the death of the Reaper, it means that even though we have 3 players, we have significantly less to work with. Like, we don't really have a lot to control, and we don't really have a lot to try to pull apart the opposing player. So we're kind of stuck at home. Building up an army. Stalkers are moving out. To pick off a Stalker. Good control. Good control so far. Meanwhile, third CC is on the way. We do blink into the main. The medevac. Ooh, medevac gets picked up. Very nice control. We get the medevac. We get the Cyclone as well. Just not enough in position to defend, and really good trades from the Protoss team as we blink the hell out of there. The Observer does overextend, but overall a good trade with these Stalkers. At the same time, we're taking the third base, and we are successfully containing our opponent to 2 bases. Now, this is not going to be a 2-base all-in. Third CC is in production, but still on the way. Still on the way here. Behind this, Colossus production. So we're getting from Blink Stalkers into Colossi, into Charge. I'm really loving the fanning out of units here. We have Stalkers just making sure we cover the entire way into the main. Making sure nothing comes out. Observer's been replaced. We get a Marine. Oh, we blink into the main base as well. And once again, our Terran player here. Out of position, struggling to keep up. But here we go. We come from behind. We do collapse on top of these Stalkers. We trade with 1 more medevac, but a good cleanup here from our Terran. Do clean up those Stalkers. Behind this, we're fully saturated on 3 bases. Colossus production has commenced, and oh, this is quite an army we are amassing. Meanwhile, now that we've dealt with the Stalkers, we can now expand. We can now take a 3rd base. 3rd base is on the way. Ghost Academy in production. And here we go. We are moving out. Looks like we did have a bit of drop play coming in. Wouldn't mind drop even. But good reaction from the Protoss. Yeah, we shut down the mines. We shut down the medevac as well. Who was controlling the medevac? Medevac does fall. Meanwhile, okay, double drop into the main. Main army through the center. I do like this. Again, 1 player is controlling the drop. The other player controlling the main army. 3rd base getting up and running. The 4th is late for the Protoss. This 4th base is very late for the yellow Protoss. Should have been taken by now. So far, the drop is being cornered. Wait, did we lose? Okay, we did. Yeah, we're good. Okay, double drop here in the corner of the map. He's being contained by these Stalkers. Main army moving out as well. Ideally, it's hard, right? Like, I was gonna say, ideally the Terran wants to try to drag the attention away to create an opening for the double drop, but there should be a player controlling these Stalkers. Okay, drop does escape. The Stalkers, they were asleep at the wheel for a recall? Okay, so that's a recall. I think they were here. The top right, they got caught out. The Zealots were recalled. We do take control of the Solnaga. Double drop coming back into the main. Stalkers are in position. Now we can focus on the main armies. Again, the 4th is so delayed here for the Protoss. It's not. It should be done. 4th base faster for the Terran. Ay ay ay. This is worrisome. We are keeping the attention here of these Stalkers. Likewise, we're not going to be committing. We don't need to. Again, because of this 4th base, we can just get this up and running. We can even take the gold if we really wanted to. And we're doing a great job at containing our opponents here on 3 bases. We have Marines here towards the south, Marines towards the north. We are just contained. both armies are comparable, that is true, but the Protoss should be working on a bank, which is not here. Because we'll be pushing. Viking production just now commencing here for the Terran. Our probes, they do come in. Ooh, a mine drop towards the south. Does get 8 worker kills. Late reaction from Team Protoss. But the main army, though, big swipes here with the Colossi. Good EMPs, but the Colossus, they're just going, hey, oh my god, the force fields. The Colossi, they have their way with this army. They clean up so many of those Marines, so many Ghost Hunter orders. They're forcing back the Terran. Reinforcements are on the way. Colossi still stand strong. We do have some Vikings coming out here for our Red Terran player as well. Making 4 Vikings at a time, and we're pretty all in. Like, there's no expansion, there's no base. Mindel, Archon, NightPhoenix are all in at this point. We have to push in, we have to end the game with this army. Oh. Big anti-armor. Big anti-armor. Meanwhile, 4th base is getting up and running. Planetaries in production. The Zealots are being sent in that direction. We will get eyes on this. We do get it just in time before the planetary finishes. SCVs will go down, and we do rotate around. Oh, we threaten. We do threaten a rotation. Oh, the prism does fall. Good snipe. Good snipe from Team Terran. 4th base now on the way, but it's so late. It's so incredibly late here. For the Protoss, we go for the dive. Bunkers will not finish. Good force fields. The army having a hard time engaging. Boys are being pulled. Vikings, they try to come in, but the Colossus are so well protected. Yeah, very careful movement there from the Colossi. We dodged. We dodged the anti-armor missile. Baffy. We get a couple of worker kills here at the 4th, and we rotate over towards the 3rd. Oh, the Colossi looking a bit exposed. They take a volley to the face. To take that volley to the face. Deeper is going to be going down. Reinforcements are on the way. The robo has been rebuilt. We're now getting into disruptor production. Disruptors, 2nd robo for double disruptor production. Archons as well. Mines are in position to catch reinforcements. Vikings, they do pick off another Colossus. Control overall. Archons, oh, they try to go in, but alas, the EMPs are just a little bit too good. The EMPs, man. Shuts down the Archons, another Colossus falls. We're down to 1 Colossus remaining. Where are the disruptors? Here we go, we collapse on the army. The final Colossus goes down. We're down to only Stalkers. Oh, the Nova takes down the Ghost. The Nova does take down the Ghost. Team Protoss pulling back. Team Terran taking a good fight. We've had the better economy for longer. And it looks like we're done with Colossi at this point. We should be getting into Disruptor production. That should be. Yeah, 3 Disruptors are out. Stalkers are being fended up. Yeah, good pickups here by Team Terran. They get 2 Stalkers. They get even more. Oh my god! We catch a lot of these Stalkers. DTs, they waddle in. We have a scan. Instant scan here from our Terran. At the same time, it's a counterattack, but we are in position. We get 5 SCVs and get shut down. And we are pushing. We have Disruptors. Let's go up. Good connection. Good connection here on the army. We do snipe 1 Disruptor, but the other does go off. And you have to calm things down here. Going to be backing up. Reinforcements are on the way. Yeah, blink here. Shadow Stride for the Dark Templar. I love DTs in this situation just because you can have like 1 person microing and controlling like the DT harass. There we go. I imagine that 1 person here, top right. Let's go. Big catch. We get behind the army and every single Disruptor goes down. Whoever was here in the middle asleep at the wheel. Meanwhile, we go for the dive, but the tower will not fall. Good defense here by the Terran. We clean up the DTs, we clean up the Zealots. That's 4 disruptors falling. And like when it comes to splash damage, our Protoss just doesn't really have too much here. You can see the disparity in supply. You see the Terrans running away with this. And a lot of this is just because of how late the 4th was, how late the 5th was. Because of the lack of economy, the Terran has just been looking pretty comfortable. Maxing out the juggling. We saved the ghost. Taking another base, taking the main as a sig. Gold, of course, under control of the Terran as well. So they do push forward. They do catch a couple of SCVs. Not too bad. Ooh, we may have to recall though. It's going to be a one-way trip. Here we go for the blink. 1, 2, 3 Stalkers get picked up. Save whatever we can. At the same time, we're going for a split push. We got one player here towards the north, one player towards the south. Let's go. The Colossi are going to be able to shut this down. The Southern Army is going to be forced back. There we go. We go for a Doom drop into the main, but we are in position. Focus out half a full medevac. But the drop does get off. Yeah, Stalker's going to be focused down. And the Colossus does pop just in time. Meanwhile, DTs also get caught in the center. The main army's clashing. Looks like the main army fight going the way of the Protoss. The drop is deflected. And a lot of skirmishes going on. DT's waddling over towards the fresh mining base. And I don't see a turret. The scans! He sees! He wants it! Is going for the DT at the same time. We have a massive June drop once again towards the south this time and a main push towards right through the center. The Protoss getting pulled apart. Not much to defend back at home. We warp into DT. But we have EMPs. We miss one of the Dark Templar. Good snipe here on the Disruptor. We make our way into the main. 12 workers go down. The drops. Oh my god. Good cleanup. Take down a full medevac. Yeah, we clean this up as well with a handful of units at the same time. This drop towards the south. Oh, not ideal. We lose too much as well. We're fighting back. We're trying. Here comes the DT, but we have detection. Doesn't even matter. We get 2, we get 3, we get up 4. And we blink away into another army. 4 SCVs go down. Again, Team Terran still has a lot of momentum on their side. They're still up in army supply, up in economy. But now we do see our Protoss team pushing out for the first time in a long time. Oh, this Dewdrop though, this army is pretty terrifying. We have the Disruptor, never goes up. Ooh, decent connection. No, they're never going to be going up as well, but we do focus down that Disruptor. Do we have a scan? Do we have scans? As we're focusing across the map, we do force some of these orbitals to lift. And the DTs, they force back the army. Planetary goes down. The Chain Novas, big connections. The ground army just crumbles here. The Novas do connect. 16 SCVs as well, and there's nothing left for the Terran. We're so fixated across the map, and this army gets deflected as well. The Protoss, we defend and we attack. We shut down 3 orbitals, 2 planetaries. Reinforcements are coming in. Again, this jump across them had so much potential, but it's being cleaned up. Like, there's almost nothing left here. The Dark Templar. DT defense. We clean up almost everything. One medevac left. 1 medevac survives, and even that won't make it out. Again, the Protoss team, we were down 30, 40 supply. I'm shocked. I'm impressed. I'm very impressed here with how well we've been able to fight. Again, there just wasn't enough on the ground here towards the south. We took some big Novas in the face. Too many Vikings. And the drop across the map didn't do enough damage. Here we're fighting well, but the DD harass, it just doesn't stop. I want to know who's been in charge of all these DTs. I know it's someone. Who is it? Is it Art? It could be Art. Oh, we dodged the EMP. DTs barely will escape. Main army's going to be clashing. There goes up. Will not connect. Again, really good target firing here from our Terran team. Good splits as well. The Novas, they just do not end. At the same time here towards the north, there's another skirmish going on as well. Two fights happening at once. We're breaking through. We're getting some of these disruptors. At the same time, the fight towards the north going the way of the Protoss. A lot of Stalkers going down. They're so low. Oh, it's so close. Stalker versus Ghost. Boys are being pulled. Nova goes off. We force back the Ghost army. Drop into the main. Only a handful of units here. Also Novas. Up. Bit of an overshoot there from the Protoss. Builds potential. Ghosts are pushing in. Big warp in here of Zealots. Snipes going up. But there's just not enough here for the Terran team. We're deflected in the main. We're deflected towards the south. We're down in workers. No saturation here at that northern base. Oh, massive Nova as well. We misjudged it. There's mainly medevacs, and it looks like, yeah, the Terran team, we're running out of steam. We're running out of units. We're down to 50 SCVs. And Team NightPhoenix, MindelVK, and Art, we're doing it, man. We're doing it. Things looking so dire, by the way. I was like, how do we come back from this? There's no shot. No way. Ain't no way. Take down the planetary. 18 SCVs as well. A solid dive here from the Terran. We do focus on some of the disruptors. We can take a fight, actually. Yeah, we have so many Marauders available. Oh my god. The Novas, though. They keep connecting once again. The chain Novas, one after the other. Stop. Calm down. Despite the initial good fights, things going south, and at the same time, another harassing force towards the north, making sure that there is no economy. We lost the goal base. We lost 10 SCVs. Another CC going down at the same time. The main push towards the south. That's not a planetary. It's an orbital. Yeah, and there's barely an economy left here for the Terran. It is not going to be enough. It's going to be a kill in that floating orbital. With that, we're just picking apart our Terran player. We're lifting up the natural being floated over. As a fresh mining base here towards the north, we're doing whatever we can with our army. I mean, hey, we do take control of this area. We can expand. But we're down to 19 workers, 19 SCVs. We have a lot of medevacs. We've been arguably overproducing. 13 oh my god, 13 medevacs, man. Arguably overproducing medevacs. That was part of the problem. I mean, earlier we overproduced Vikings, if you recall, which is how we were able to break this southern planetary initially. Just because there were too many Vikings and not enough on the ground. Likewise, there it is. GG does get called. As Team Protoss, we make it through. GG. They will take the game. After being in a really rough position, I'll be honest, there was a moment, remember, when they were down 30, 40 army supply, they were down 2 bases as well. It was like 3 base versus 5. Things were looking dire. Things were looking very dire for the Protoss team. But they had some really good fights. They had some really good fights that went their way. at the same time as well. Like, they were winning towards the north, they were winning towards the south. Like, despite, again, having less economy and a smaller army, they were able to trade better and, yeah, swing things in their favor. GG. GG, well played. Ooh. GG, and with that, that is going to be Team Protoss taking down Team Terran, but we are not done. We are not done because we have a second Archon match. Enjoy yourself at work, Pappy. Enjoy yourself at work. Thanks for dropping by, Chowda. Thanks for dropping by. But we have another matchup. Now, I believe it's going to be the same Protoss team. Yes, okay. It's going to be the same team of Protoss. And we are going up against a Zerg team instead. Here we go, as we have once again NightPhoenix, Art, and MindelVK versus Nikic, Wayne, and Young Yakov. Oh, let's go. The best Zergs in Eastern Europe here. We casted Nikic and Wayne earlier, of course. They are some of the best of their respective races, and we have Young Yakov as well coming in to support Team Protoss versus Team Zerg.